Hey everybody, Zach here with Infernal Tool Technologies, and I'd just like to welcome any new subscribers to the channel. And if you haven't subscribed, then if I'm bringing any value to you, then please like and subscribe to the channel. But today what I have for you is one quick tip on the 3 tips that I brought you in this playlist. This is part number 2, and I'm just going to be expanding upon each one of the tips that I brought in the first video of the 3 tips. And the first one for new carpenters or new people that are going into the trades is to shop around. And I want to expand on this today because it's very important for people who are just getting into the trades is to shop around, because you can find yourself stuck in a business where you're not going to be growing, you're not going to be earning more wage, you're not going to be getting benefits that you should be getting, so many things. So let's just get into it. And the first thing that I want to talk about is the package that you are going to be getting when you get the job. You should definitely be shopping around at a company that's going to offer you medical, dental, 401k. They might not, but profit sharing could also be a bonus. I know that I worked for a company in Oregon a few years back, and they offered all these things. After you work there for 1 year, you get 100% paid medical and dental. You get 50-50 match on the 401k, and there was a quarterly profit sharing. It was amazing. I didn't really appreciate it at the time, and I kind of let that one sail away, and I kind of wish I didn't, because it was a really good opportunity. And it was one of the main reasons that I did start the job there, was they were offering so many things. And one of the other things that they were offering that really spoke to me was that they were offering a work truck. And if you're just starting out and you're just going to become a laborer or maybe a carpenter's apprentice, you're most likely not going to be offered a work truck or a work van. Sometimes it happens. I did start at a different company as well, where I was just after a couple weeks, I was driving around a work van by myself. So it's definitely possible. Um, but you got to prove yourself most likely when you're getting to a new job, because you're going to be driving their vehicle around. They don't want you crashing. They want to kind of see what kind of character that you have. So that's not that out of the ordinary that they wouldn't give it to you right away, especially if you're new to the field. But you got to look at these things, that if the company's offering other people like full carpenter positions or lead carpenter positions, people that have work trucks or work vans, then at least you know that you have a path that you're going to be following to know that you're going to be having your own work truck or work van, because it might not seem that big to you right now, but once you get your own work truck and you're working day in and day out, loading materials and loading tools into that work truck, you're going to realize you're going to be spending a lot of money, not only on gas, not only on insurance, but just the wear and tear on your vehicle. You're going to have tire damage. If you live in a snowy area, then you're going to have to make sure you're tip top on your tires, because if you're hauling stuff around, it could be very, very dangerous. If your frame starts to rot out, that could be a huge issue. And just normal maintenance too. I mean, on your engine and your transmission, if you're hauling more than your truck can handle, I've done that before too. I've burned a clutch out on I had a Ford Ranger, burnt it out, had all this siding on the roof rack, didn't really think much, and I was going backwards down a hill and tore up my clutch, and that was good night for that truck. So that's definitely something that you want to look into the future with when you're looking for a company, is you want to see a path where you're going to have a vehicle, or if they're going to reimburse you on your vehicle if you have expenses like oil changes and tire replacements and big repairs that are happening because you're hauling equipment and tools around all the time. It's definitely something to think about, and people do offer it. There's plenty of construction companies out there that will gladly give you a van and work truck stocked full of tools, because then they don't have to deal with the constant nagging of a carpenter saying you're wearing my vehicle out, you're breaking all my tools. It's something that definitely is a struggle between employee and employer in this field. And if you just put yourself in the right position and are working for a company that offers you these great things, then it's just something that you can avoid. And something also that a company can offer you that will save you buttloads of money is uniforms. It might seem weird and you might seem like, well, I don't want to wear a uniform, but most uniforms in the construction industry is just a t-shirt with a logo on it, maybe pants with a logo on it, um, a hat maybe, but that's usually optional. But that's huge because I know from experience, I just burn through clothes. I mean, t-shirts, I'm getting paint on them, I'm getting caulk on them, I'm getting all these different things all over the shirts. My pants are getting, the knees are getting ripped apart all the time. You get paint and caulk on it as well. And you don't think that it's going to wear on your clothes that much, but it does. And your boots too. Some companies will offer you boots, yearly boots. I've worked at companies where for like Christmas, that would be like a gift for Christmas, is they would give you a nice pair of work boots. And that's huge. I mean, that's a nice pair of work boots can run you $150. I mean, that's a lot of money. And then tack into fact all the shirts that you're going to be paying for. Pants too. If you want to buy really quality pants and not have to buy so much, those are pretty expensive as well. And this isn't like an office job where you just have clothes that you can keep clean and wash properly and make them last a long time. You can try to be as clean as you possibly can in this field, and you are still going to ruin these clothes. It's just I've tried everything. I've tried being clean, but to be productive, inevitably you get dirty and you ruin your clothes, and you don't want to be looking not good for the clients. And also when you get out of work, you don't want to be going to the grocery store looking like a bum with stuff all over you. I mean, I don't mind it really, but sometimes it's like it gets to you having people look at you crooked all the time wearing these clothes. So it's definitely something to think about. Having them offer a uniform is huge. That's honestly a perk in my book. It's saving you money in the end from having to spend all this money on clothes that you're going to ruin. You can just ruin their clothes. And then something else that a company can offer that I think every company should offer, but a lot of them don't, is tool reimbursements or tool purchasing programs. And there is a bunch of companies out there. Usually the companies, everything that I'm going for, the companies that offer one thing, they offer the whole array of these things, because they know these are the stuff I'm bringing up in this video are things that are everyday concerns for people in the trades. But tool reimbursements is huge because you're going to be, if you're using nail guns, those things are going to break on you. If you're using cords and air hoses, those are going to break on you. All your tools are going to break. You're going to have an accident one day where you maybe drop something off a ladder and it breaks. And that's just a casualty of the employer's business. And you should not be buying these tools. I mean, if you're being careless and just destroying tools, then I'm sure your employer is going to have a conversation with you like, hey, what's going on here? Why are you destroying all these tools all the time or trying to get upgrades on your tools? But if you're an honest person and it's just the wear and tear of you working hard, you should have a company that's going to reimburse you. They're going to at least pay the full amount of the tool that was broken, or maybe a partial amount towards a better tool. If you want to upgrade to a better tool, then that's what a lot of companies will do. But also, companies do offer a tool purchasing program where they'll give you a whole list of payments that they'll make for you to upgrade your tool arsenal. So that's just them investing in you as a person, and they want you to have better tools. And that's a huge perk to find a company that will do that for you, because not a lot of companies will do that, but there are companies out there that do. And so that's a lot of things that the companies can offer you physically and financially that are really beneficial to you. But now I kind of want to step over to a different part of what a company can offer you, and I think is really important is a clear path. A clear path in any company that you're going to be working in is crucial. You don't want to get a job at a company that, let's say you're a laborer or you're a carpenter's apprentice, and you're forever going to be in that role. I'm telling you right now, that's going to burn you out, and you're going to get sick of it real quick. It's going to get old. So you want to have that clear path. You want to talk with the employer about how you want to become a journeyman carpenter or a master carpenter or whatever trade that you're you are getting into in the field, you want to have that clear path, and you need to have these discussions with the employer, because if they're kind of dancing around the subject, then right there you might know this might not be the right job for you, because when you're in this field and you're gaining more knowledge, you want to be paid more, and you want to be more responsible, which leads you to have other people helping you out do some of the work that you've already busted out for years before. And just having that clear path is absolutely critical. You have to have that clear path, because you do not want to look 10 years from now and you're just doing the same thing. I can guarantee you're probably not going to be happy. And you probably won't be at the same business at that point, to be honest. But another thing that a company can offer you, and this one's a little bit tougher to get to the core of without actually working there, but it's the vibe. The vibe of the company is huge as well. I've worked for a lot of companies where everyone's just super serious, no joking around, and there's just like a tension in the air at all times. People are not happy with each other, and they're always trying to work harder, better, make more money than each other, and it's just not a good environment to be in. You want to be working with a team of people who everyone has a goal of just making the business better. And this goes back to like what the business offers you. If there's profit sharing, which I think is absolutely huge, if you can find a business that's offering profit sharing, the vibe, you're going to be able to cut it with a knife. I mean, it's that thick. The vibe is going to be so in your face at this company that everyone's happy, because if the company's doing well, then everyone is making more money. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I worked at a company that had profit sharing, and every quarter we would go out and have lunch. It would be a work day. We would all get paid for the day. We'd go and have a buffet. We would talk about the goals for the company. People would bring up and raise their hand and have different ideas for the company. Everyone shared, from the laborers all the way up to the owner of the company. It was just an open book. Everyone was talking about what the actual profits were, what everyone's salaries were, and it's a nice environment. You can really see how everybody's just super happy. And so let's get back to the vibe of a company. Is you don't have to be offered the profit sharing, but when you're having this interview with the owner or the head person at the company, you should be able to kind of feel a vibe from them. If they're super serious and just kind of asking you questions, it's something to pay attention to. But on the opposite side of the spectrum, if they're just chill, laid back, that might not be the right vibe either, because I've worked for some companies as well where the owner just was kind of easygoing and just didn't really want to pursue bringing the business to that next level, and you feel the effects of that. On your jobs, you'll feel the effects of that. They just won't be clear. There will not be a clear scope of work for you. You're always going to be questioning, am I doing this on the job? Am I doing that? What are we doing? What's the scope of this work? And if you're with a company that is just kind of too laid back, you're going to be running into those issues all the time. So you got to try to play the field and find that nice medium level vibe where you're going to have people that are happy around you. You're going to be able to joke with and make friends with the people that you're working with, and then even your boss or the owner of the company is someone that you can at least be on a friendly basis with, because it's just going to make the job not enjoyable. It's already tough. You're already working really hard and sweating and bleeding on the job, and you don't want to deal with people giving you a hard time too. It can quickly go downhill once people start getting on each other's bad sides. I've seen it before, and once you start working with that person that you had an issue with, then it becomes an issue every single day, and then it can eat into your life at home, and you just don't want that stuff. You want to go home with a level head and a happy heart, And I think it's very, very important to find the vibe of the company that you're going to be working for. So this is step number one, tip number one for people that are going to be getting a job in the trades. If you're watching this and you're 18 years old, just out of high school, I highly recommend you watch this whole series, because it's going to give you a good platform to, when you're going to have these interviews with these people, you're going to be able to kind of look for these different things that the company can offer you, and you're gonna look educated to the employer, and it's gonna make them want you more too. When you're asking these questions, like, do you offer me medical? Do you offer me matching my 401k? Do you have profit sharing? Do we have trucks, uniforms? Do you reimburse me on tools? Do you have a clear path that you're going to be taking me in your company? The person that's hiring you is going to, especially if you're 18 just out of the gate, they're going to be pretty surprised. They're like, wow, this person has a good head on their shoulders. They're someone that maybe we can take pretty far in this company. So if I brought you any value out of this video, I would hope that you could hit the like button, put a comment down below, and let me know what you think. If you have any experiences of your own where you've worked for good companies, bad companies, let me know. I'd love to hear it. And if you are getting value from this playlist and from my YouTube channel, then please subscribe. It really goes a long way. And I look forward to building this community and just making people want to get back into trades. And because it's a great place, you get to build things and you get to work with your hands and you get to have a great finished product that you're proud of. So I'll see you on the next one, on part 2, which is going to be about sharpening your lifestyle. And I think that's critical for all you guys. I know it's been a journey for me, and it's going to be a journey for you if it hasn't already been. So I'll catch you on the next one.